commitment that God can't do to you again. In the same way you are in a relationship with somebody, you love the person, and the person begins to disobey you. Somehow there's friction, and you feel that the commitment is beginning to go down. And whether I like it or not, I love you is not enough. Commitment, dedication matters more. And when it comes to that, it's more important than even telling me I love you. So you need to be able to understand. People can be telling me I love you again, they are not committed, they are not dedicated. And that cannot be love. Because the two tests of love is obedience and the commitment and the dedication. So he said, if you love me, keep my commandment. It doesn't really have anything to do with that feeling. Just keep when you keep the commandment, don't worry, we go normally. But when you don't keep the commandment, I become your enemy. And that's the reason why either husband, wife becomes stranger, boyfriend, girlfriend becomes stranger. It's not because of anything. It's because something is tampered upon commitment, dedication. And whether you like it or not, those realms of dedication, commitment is what define how much more trust and commitment can be wielded upon to you. And the same pattern goes on to the space. So when the Lord tell you do this, and you are trying to argue with him, trying to bring him to a point where he has to agree together with you, you know you are losing. Because it's a dangerous thing for a man to argue with God, and it's more dangerous and disastrous for you to win the argument, because it is a terrible thing. But when God is trying to push you and pinpoint you into right patterns, and you are trying to push him and bring him to your own, of course he has a place for you. There's a place for the acceptable will of God, but you'll be bruised, you'll be broken, you'll be downcasted, you'll be chastised. And whether you like it or not, sometimes those things are not going to be easy. You could have as well go to Nineveh straight, but you have to go through the belly of a fish, because whether you like it or not, you will fulfill the will of God. You will go one way or the other. But how you will go, when you will go, how it's going to happen is what we don't know. You might have made a lot of mistakes and damage your womb, abort, and all kinds of things. You will still go later on, because God himself will haunt you. See, when God intends to do it, it doesn't matter whether you are broke, it doesn't matter whether you are sick, it doesn't matter whether you are about to die, you will still lay hands at the tail end. And others, revival will happen after 1 year, you will die. And God will still fulfill his will upon the face of the earth. Because whether it's the permissive will, whether it's the acceptable will, whether it's the perfect will, it will still be fulfilled. And what you think prostitution of Rahab was also part of the will, because it must happen. She chose to go through prostitution, no problem. Go to, when you are done with it, come, you will be added to genealogy. It doesn't really matter how you run. If you like, run so fast and go, we will drag you again, because there's a provision for that in keeping to the order of God. The Lord is a schoolmaster. He will continue to school you. You will be downcasted, you will be broken, you will come out of a mare, and you will be so wise to counsel the next generation. Because at that time now you have enough experience. Either you say all guys are stupid, all guys are wicked, all guys are bad. We did not send you, you send yourself. Or you can say now I can't trust in anybody again. We did not send you. You say all business are scam. You are the one. You say why are all these scammers everywhere? It's you. There is a pattern of God. When you refuse to go in obedience, you will learn in disobedience. The Bible says Jesus Christ learned obedience by what he suffered. But you can also learn obedience by what you will suffer. You can also learn by disobeying by what you still suffer. Many are suffering through disobedience. Many will also suffer through obedience. I rather suffer in obedience. So as a good soldier, you endure hardship, because it's part of the requirement of the protocol of obedience. But if you refuse to endure hardship, you endure hardship by disobedience. Either way, it's the same pathway. Many years ago, I was in exile with the Lord. I went on an exile. I studied the scripture. I realized that everyone has a wilderness experience. Everyone has a journey went further with God. And I knew that the God our father spoke about, they did not encounter him in a well-organized setting. After following the fathers for a long time, I realized our fathers have lied to us. Most of the things they told us are not truly their secret. They just told us what we need to hear, and they don't tell us the truth that is uncomfortable for us to go deeper in God. They don't teach us their process. They don't teach us their mystery. They don't teach us their scars. And I knew that these were the things that made them who they are. And if I must become anything relevant, I must know beyond what they preach in the pulpit. Because I know that pulpit don't make men. Men come to manifest from the pulpit, but what makes them is outside of the pulpit. It was cave, hidden places and secret places that made them who they are. The kind of the battles and the pain they went through. Those days that is too dark that they don't want to tell you about was what forged God from the inside of them. Their walking of faith was not because they read the Bible. It was an experience, a walking and a epignosis. And that revelation came to them as they go through a process. And there were times when there was no help that came from nowhere, and they were able to remain with the Lord, and the Lord breathed upon them. And there were moments when the Lord came to them and began to dance together with them and equip them and teach them certain things that they may not be able to preach. Our moms may not believe that one of the things that comes strength inside of them was those moments when they feel as though the whole world has collapsed, and they go inside the room and they begin to sing songs that does not have head or tail. And those moments was why they survived, not because they read the Bible, because there was a day that they could not pray, there was a day they could not fast. There are days of just cries and tears. In those moments it's a chant, it's a song. In those moments it's kainos, it's just like a new song was better. Those things, how do you teach this? How do you teach pain? How? Sometimes it's sum up in a chant, it's sum up in a song. How do you teach a process?